Every year, millions of people are losing their teeth. In the past, the only solution we had for them were removable dentures, somewhat like maybe our grandparents had worn. They had to take them out at night, put them in a jar. Problem is, over time, the bone underneath the denture would change and the dentures would get loose. People would have trouble chewing comfortably with them, or they would neglect them, and eventually the dentures would wear, the jaws would collapse, the bone would wear down, and it would be very difficult and painful for them to be able to eat. George Washington was a good example. Now, his dentures were made of wood, and he was miserable with them. But now with the advent of dental implants, when the teeth are taken out, we're able to place dental implants, which in many ways act just like the root of a tooth, help to stimulate the bone, maintain the bone so the bone doesn't break down over time. And then different ways where we can either attach the denture to the implant so it doesn't loosen, or instead of using a denture, actually make something that's looks like bridge work that's screwed into the implants. And once it's done, no one would know that you're missing your teeth and you never have to take them out. Most important is the kind of materials we're using with the implants. Now, most of the implants, as I've said before, that have been manufactured here in the US and from Asia are made from alloys of titanium that have aluminum and vanadium in them. And these materials can cause reactions within the immune system and are really just not right for people. Now, we've always preferred either pure titanium and now newer implants that are being made with zirconium, which is a ceramic-like material that's white, like tooth colored, and creates not only a more aesthetic result for the implant, but also better biocompatibility. In Europe today, governments in Switzerland and Germany have been passing stringent laws regulating the materials being used in all products used in medicine and dentistry. Newer materials are made of zirconium. And these implants, as I said, are more biocompatible and more aesthetic. Up till now, there have been some limitations with these zirconium implants because their design was different than the titanium implant. And in simple terms, the titanium implant, we were always able to place the implant, let the gum and bone heal, and then after everything healed, screw a new tooth onto the top. The zirconium implants didn't have the ability for us to screw something to them. So they were either made of one piece that stuck above the gum when we put them in, and sometimes patients would bump into them while the bone was healing and it would loosen the implant, or we'd have to glue something to the top of the implant to hold the tooth. And sometimes the glue would come loose or that piece would break off. Now we have ceramic zirconium implants that we can screw new teeth into the top of, just like we've done with titanium. And it's exciting as they're coming to market now that more and more of the patients we see, we're able to use zirconium implants.